In January, we did my annual 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance program where we looked at one thing you could do each day. Well, we're back with the Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where we bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. In the chaotic world of 2025 and beyond, compliance will become even more important, and you staying on top of your game will help your company move forward. We continue our exploration of the COSO objectives by looking at objective number 3, control activities. In the COSO framework, control activities are the actions established through policies and procedures that help ensure management's directives to mitigate risks to the achievement of controls are carried out. Control activities are performed at all levels of the entity, at various stages within the business processes, and over the technological environment. They may be preventative or detective in nature and may encompass a range of manual and automated activities such as authorizations and approval, verifications, reconciliations, and business performance reviews. Segregation of duties is typically built into the selection and development of control activities. Where segregation of duties is not practical, management selects and develops alternative control activities. The concept of a second set of eyes is directly enshrined in this objective. Finally, control activities should be performed at all levels in the business process cycle with an organization that speaks directly to the operationalization of your compliance program. While the objective control activities should be familiar to most compliance professionals, this objective demonstrates the interrelatedness of all 5 COSO objectives and the corporate functions within your organization. It is your control environment and then risk assessment which should lead you to this point. It is the control activities objective that lays the groundwork for a living, breathing compliance program going forward. From a financial reporting perspective, the objective requires that you put in place accounting processes, Rev Rec tools, contract management systems, and other accounting tools and software to manage your process. This easily translates into the compliance realm as well. This puts you in the entire whole technological issue and portends an enormous amount of information provided by your entity. If you're dealing with the cost to acquire contracts, you may well have all of that contract information in your accounting system, but you never before had to go get the commission information and some of the other COSO elements. Such data can be scattered literally across the globe, and you may need to have controls over both the accumulation and the attestation required that is found in the right set of data. This is in many ways more challenging, and the difference between pulling a Band-Aid off all at once or pulling it off slowly. This requires 2 separate processes, and you need to be able to reconcile the 2 and get the auditors and yourself comfortable with the controls over the accumulation and reporting of that information. The process will typically require changes to IT systems, the technologies involved, and requires for the controls to be in place for the disclosures you will need to make going forward. So what are today's 3 key takeaways? Number 1, select and develop control activities. There's no silver bullet in selecting the right internal controls. You have to look at your risks and put the best place in for you. 2, select and develop general controls over technology. COSO recognizes the dependency between the use of technology in business processes and compliance control. The use of technology will only become greater and more important. Obviously, in the age of AI, it's primary. And finally, number 3, control activities must be established through policies and procedures. This should be the most familiar to a compliance practitioner as it points to the establishment of policies and procedures to support deployment of your compliance regime going forward. This is about the capturing, gathering, and confirming of the accuracy of your data for compliance. One of the things that I'm happy to do for you, the compliance profession, is if you have a question or a series of questions you would like some compliance tips on, I'm happy to take any requests that you might want, certainly anonymize them, and give you a quick tip. Either one quick tip or maybe a week's worth of quick tips. So if you have any tips you want about your compliance program, you can shoot me an email at tfox@tfoxlaw.com. This podcast was created and produced with the assistance of AI.